Alright, so we here again.
Hey y'all.
Okay, so let's get everything together. I'm gonna do like I did yesterday and try to do the tagging thing before we start. I think that was kind of helpful. So let's get that going. So how you feeling today, Miss Chatrivia?
I feel so refreshed today. Yesterday, Mike was in my face and I didn't know because I didn't have my glasses on. But I
didn't have your glasses on?
I didn't want to have my glasses on yesterday because sometimes I look different to myself with glasses on.
Right.
So I wanted to look a certain type of way. Don't mind me. But that's how I wanted to look. But I couldn't see. So I feel really good today that I can see.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, so I'm gonna tag you. You know that when you went live today, I think you had over 240 views. That's when I saw it earlier. Mm-hmm. Have you seen it lately?
Mm-mm. I actually didn't look at it no more.
That's powerful. Yeah, I mean, you really got a good audience. How did you get your Facebook to? I know, like, you can always add a lot of people on Facebook. That's one thing. But how did you get your Facebook friends to engage more in you, in your products, or it works, and to your, your books? How did you get them more engaged?
So now I really wasn't big on Facebook first. I actually came over from Instagram. Like, I'm an Instagram girl.
Okay.
So I know a lot about Instagram, but then I got introduced to Facebook when I was with It Works, and the lady explained to us how to get people engaged in our posts and how to get people to see our posts. So what I do is when I get to 5,000, I go and I delete 500 people that's not interacting with me. So I delete them and I start back over. Sometimes I actually will delete 2,000 people and I start all over. That's one thing that I do. The second thing I do is I comment and I say good morning to everybody down my feed. I do this for maybe 10 minutes.
That's work.
So it actually, I take an hour in the morning and do it. Sometimes before I even get out of bed. Right. I will go and I say good morning to everybody. And if you continuously saying good morning to the same people every day, these are the same people that's on there around the same time. Mm-hmm. So y'all have a core every morning. This is what y'all do. And then when you start seeing them through the day, if you continue to say good morning on somebody's post for, let's say, a month, that second month, you're going to start seeing other things on their page come up because Facebook have an algorithm where it's going to continue to show you their page. Right. So now you're going to see if they post their kids. So now you're like, oh my God, your daughter beautiful. Right. Not being fake, not being just trying to draw them to you just to get them to buy something from you, but you actually think that their baby is beautiful for real. Right. Or you think that what they're doing is cool, something like that. So you it's about building relationships. So bottom line is I built relationships with people by engaging with them on a day-to-day basis and them coming and engaging with me. But so happily I was doing It Works, then I was doing credit repair, and now I'm doing the books and ministry and all these other things. But I actually still do them all. It's just that I have not figured out how to merge them all together yet. Right. So that's how I do it. So it's harder now for me to go and delete people because I have people for every
real people,
different things. So when it's time to delete, I can't look. Right. I can't look at names. So if you see me delete you when they add you again, like she was acting funny, I wasn't really acting funny. I just cannot look when I delete people because I have to make more room. So that's why people have fan pages. So that's why I always tell people, like my fan page, Unique Percents LLC, because you can have more people on there than your page. So that's how I did it.
That's amazing. I was looking at you doing that little short live. I was like, that was really, really good. Yeah, so I'm going to be watching you for that type of stuff too. But hey, everybody. Welcome to the Loving You for Life show. I am having a good time.
Yeah, I am.
I'm having a really good time. Yesterday was amazing. I enjoyed myself. I even look back at it. And sometimes I look back at my videos, I be cringing like, But this time, I was cool with it. I was really cool with it. I had a really good time. We got a lot of good feedback. I got a lot of good feedback. People really enjoyed it. So we thank God for that. So just real quick, do a quick introduction again about who you are and what you do, and then we can start from there.
So a lot of y'all may know I am Chatrivia. You know what, I'm gonna tell them how we met because that's important.
How we met?
Yeah, I have to. We did not do that yesterday. We didn't just all of a sudden just fall into each other's lap. She hates this part, but I don't care. So I met her through the Wives page. She had a group here on Facebook called the Wives page, and the page was closed down, and we went over to Woman to Woman, Loving You for Life, and she added me, and I've been getting on her nerves for many years. I used to come to her inbox asking her what scriptures was all morning. Remember,
yes.
mornings I would ask her, what do this mean? What do this mean? What do this mean? And somehow the last 2.5 years, God allowed us to build a friendship. We had a sistership in the beginning, and God allowed us to have a friendship through the sistership. It's really amazing. It's been a journey, becoming friends with a person that you have a spiritual relationship with. You can have a relationship with somebody that's not spiritual and then have a friendship. But that's how we met. And now we're here today on her first show, Loving You for Life show. So I feel honored to be a part of her first show, coming from the history that we've been had. But I am Chatrivia Kennedy. I'm a CNA. I never really say that. I'm a CNA. I've been a CNA for 14 years now, and I'm burnt out. I'm about to quit. But however, gave my 2-week notice. Waiting on God. But I'm an author. I am a mother. I have not yet found my place in ministry. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I'm going to do some type of ministry work. I do credit repair. I do health and wellness. I do a lot of things, but the one thing that I do that I know that God blessed me with is I have a way with words. I can pierce your soul if you give me 10 minutes talking. Actually, you got to give me 15 because the first 8 I'm gonna be nervous. So I have a way with talking to people. I know how to speak to a person's heart and to make them understand maybe what God wants them to understand by my words. So I do know that much about me. That's the most important thing that I feel strongly of. Yeah. God gave me a way with words, and I'm learning how to use them through these books. So that's me.
That's good stuff. Now, how did you feel about yesterday? Did you enjoy it? What was you thinking? How did you feel when you got done?
You know, I had a little anxiety on it yesterday.
Of course.
I had a lot of anxiety from it. And when I watched the video, I was like, okay, that was good. It actually was the best interview. I did a lot of interviews since the last couple of months, and this one was the best one for me that I've done because it was personal. If you could take personal and make it positive, it's a wonderful thing. So it was really good. But the only thing that I didn't like was I was shy on this on this live. And I didn't really express myself. I actually been expressing myself more right now. You know, there's a difference.
Yeah.
I really didn't express myself like I am now. I really don't know why, but that's the only thing I didn't like about it. But other than that, it was really, really good. We got a lot of feedback from it. It was really good.
That's good. Well, yesterday when we did the live, it cut off. I'm going to say at perfect timing. It was crazy. We was done though. But it cut off at a perfect timing. So I do got a little ending part that we're going to add to yesterday's video. And we're going to put it together so y'all can see the full interview. So I'll be posting it probably like Sunday. We'll have a full interview because there was some more at the end. And get that to you all. Because people were saying they had questions and stuff. I just post right here in the feed thing. To let you guys know if you have any questions, post the questions. We're going to get to them today because this is the last day of this interview. But let me tell you this. We are coming up with a workshop in August. If you guys are interested in being a part of the workshop, Stop Hating Sidechicks, let us know. And we'll give you all the details for it, what it's going to be about, how we're going to deal with each chapter step by step. It's free. You want to be there. You get to ask all the questions that you want. You get to ask her about publishing, about being an author. What else you do?
I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you get to ask her a lot of questions. It'll be on Zoom. You definitely want to be in there. So let me know so we can get you inside there. All you got to do is inbox Chatrivia Kennedy, or you can inbox me, Ice Nugent, and we will get you in that workshop for August.
And it's going to be a panel.
Yes.
So if you're interested in being a part of the panel, you actually can.
Oh yeah,
can come
we definitely can use some help in that too. That's for sure. All right, so let's go. Chapter 3: Different Men. So, what made you put the men in? Because I was surprised. I'm like such a fan right now. I'm such a fan right now. Let me tell you something. I was reading, and I'm telling you, I got exhausted after chapter 2.
Really?
Yeah, like I felt yesterday. I got exhausted.
Wow.
Not exhausted in a negative way, but it was like my mind was open so much to the different type of women. I was like, man, I had to breathe and bring it down a notch. And then when I turned the page and saw different men, I'm like, you put men in there?
Yeah, they're important.
What made you put the men in there before we break down the 3 different type of men that cheat? What made you put the men in there?
The man is the most important. To me, the man is the most important thing about a side chick. So it was no way for me to talk about all of these things without talking about the man. If it's 3 type of women, it's 3 type of men. It's all different type of men on different levels. So you have to know what type of person you're dealing with. You always think of, when you think of a cheating man, you think of him being just cocky, you know. But They all not cocky. You know, it could be any type of man. So I definitely had to add the men in there because it was important.
Well, all right. Let's go to the first man. There are 3 different types of men that cheat. The independent man. This man takes care of himself and his household, is very responsible, respectful, trustworthy, loving, and loyal. He works hard and protects his family. He could be the man that leads his household and in some cases can be weak in many areas. Why do you call him the independent man? He don't need her?
No. He don't need her to give him 20 for gas. he don't need gas money. You know,
he don't need gas money?
No. If you want to be nice and give it to him, you'll bless him with it. But he don't need you for that. He don't need a woman. You know, you see a lot of men saying, what you helping me with? What you doing for me? This ain't that type of man. This is a man that is very responsible. He don't really need a woman to do nothing for him. He take care of himself, and he loved taking care of his woman and his wife, his household, his kids. That is his pleasure. That's what he enjoyed doing as a man. That's what makes him a man, what he do for himself and his family. That's very, very important to him. And his wife or his woman, she honors him because he do those things. I don't care what he do. He's going to take care of that household. He's going to make sure it's good. But the only thing is, he lack in a lot of areas. He's strong in financial stability, but he's weak in other areas. And his wife or woman cannot... she don't see him that way, you know. So he have other issues that he don't really talk about,
right,
with her.
Now, when I read him, I thought about the lady that don't care, the woman that don't care a little bit. They kind of have some similarities to me because he had all his things.
Oh,
that's how I was looking at it.
Yeah.
You felt that in the spirit.
Yeah, I felt it right with the things.
Because he got spiritual issues.
Yeah.
He got all his things. And then the woman that don't care, she works for things. Yes. Things are her pleasure.
Wow.
I thought that maybe they might match up.
They'll be perfect for each other.
Like what they call them, the Captain Save-A-Hole type?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of felt like that. I don't know why.
It'll be a connection there because she don't need nobody. He don't need nobody.
Right.
But the financial things they don't need from each other.
Right.
But they would be very good for each other for their weaknesses. They would be good for their weaknesses.
So what kind of weaknesses you think the independent, because see, when you say independent, you think he got everything that he needs. Give me an example of what type of weaknesses he would have.
See, when you see an independent man that got it all going, they got a nice car, got a nice job. He actually don't like none of that he got. He feel like he could be doing better with his life. He may not even want the career that he had.
Right.
He may have anxiety going to that job and doing those things and taking care of the household and doing all those other things. He has pleasure in doing it, but that may not be the life that he want to have. He may want to work in a different field, and that may bother him that he feel like he's not good enough.
He could be still chasing dreams, feeling like he ain't made his accomplishments yet, emotional... pride type.
So like how I see an independent man is he got everything going on, but it's some things that he's the lack that he has is personal. You know, his self-esteem, his self-worth, those type of things. That's what he suffers from, not the other things the other men suffer from. Though his woman would never know that he's suffering from these things.
Wow. Because
he's very, very fake.
So that's that kind of man when all the women be like, I can't believe he did that.
Everybody love him. He's like the perfect man. Everybody want him. Like, he's the perfect man.
Then a lot of times they blame it on a woman.
Yeah, she had to do something.
She had to do something. That was a good man.
She had to do something.
Wow, but there was something in him voided and he had a loss of identity. There was something that wasn't connected, that he lost his integrity to choose to betray. That's deep.
That's very deep.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, everybody always looking at a person off what they can do. If a person can take care of their household, they above.
Right.
You put him on a pedestal because he can take care of his household, because he respects his wife, because he respects his children. Like, we respect him so much, so it's like we look over all of the other things he can lack. He may not even feel good. He might be going through some emotional things that nobody pay attention to.
Right.
Because everybody put him on this pedestal. But he's really hurting.
He can be high status. He can be the manager, the CEO, the supervisor. He can be the one that everybody loves.
Everybody gotta love him.
Everybody. The dependent man. This man don't work nor provide for himself nor his family. He sits back and allows the woman to lead the relationship and the household. He chooses not to lead his household on any level. You know, it seems like it's easy for him to go off and do something.
See, now this type of man, do we call him a man? Well, he a man. He a man because he's a man anyway.
I don't know what he's a man of, but he's a man.
He's a man. This type of man is different. He's different from all three.
Yeah.
You know, he relies on a woman for everything. And I mean everything. To eat, to bathe, his air he breathes. He depends on her for everything. And she take care of him like he's a child. Mm-hmm. And it makes him feel so bad about himself. In the household, it don't make him feel bad. He's buffed up, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm running things.
Right.
I'm taking care. He may cook, he may clean, he may do everything else but provide. It makes him feel like he's really doing a lot, which it may be a lot in a sense.
Right.
But because he do not take care of himself and he relies on her for everything, it makes him feel bad to himself.
Yeah.
He goes out, and the other women make him feel good about himself.
Yeah.
This man is really sad and depressed. This is a different type of man. The first man is just the independent man is just a hurt man. He's hurt in areas that don't nobody know about.
Yeah.
He just needs to talk to somebody other than another woman. But this man here is a sad, depressed man. He's depressed because he has not found his identity at all.
He sounds like a soul snatcher.
He hasn't figured out. And yes, he's a soul snatcher. Yes, he have to. Because that's what makes him feel better. That's what makes him able to breathe. It makes him feel good about himself.
This the one that need the $20.
He need 20 to eat. He need 20 to smoke.
Yeah.
He need 20 on them shoes.
Yeah.
He needs 5 women to take care of him.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, I'm thinking about the women. We talked about a woman, I forgot the title of that woman yesterday, but we talked about the woman who stays with her man and have this unhealthy behavior for the rest of his life. This might be his kind of woman because she has power over him. This might be the woman that says he ain't going nowhere.
Yes.
Because he can't go nowhere because he don't choose to grow up.
He don't have nowhere else to go. No other woman is going to actually put up with him in a household. Women will put up with him in the streets, outside. But a woman in the household is not, well, I'm saying a woman that knows her identity, a woman with self-worth is not going to put up with a man that's just going to lay around and not attempt to do nothing. So he has to stay with her. He has no choice.
Wow, that's deep. Why would the side chick want him? Or what would attract?
Because he make her feel good.
It's all about that feeling.
It's about a feeling, and besides, she don't care about all those other things. Like if he paying some bills, if he can buy the kids some shoes or school supplies.
I just heard that side chick say, if she would have let him use the car, he would have got the job. Why I just hear that?
If she would have bought him a bus card, like it's a difference. She don't care about those things that happen in the household. But when he go outside, he fresh to death. He drive nice. He look nice. He can pull out a 20 and make everybody think he got money. But he has nothing. He don't have anything. But he can make a woman feel that he has something. He's a mass manipulator. That's what he is. But by the time she figure it out that he don't have nothing, now she is providing for him.
Yeah.
So now she ain't give me 20. I ain't got it. So now the side chick, she's gonna give him 20 because she feel like you trying, you doing all this, and she don't appreciate you. So
amazing. That's deep.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That's real crazy. That says a lot about the woman too. That says a lot. The godly man. This man is a God-fearing man of faith. He submits to God, then his family and his leader. His wife and his children respect him. He is every woman's dream, which is basically the man on the outside looking in. What these 3 men have in common is voids. Talk to me a little bit about the godly man.
The godly man is kind of, to me, the godly man is kind of similar to the independent man.
Yeah.
They both kind of like on the same level, but the only difference with the godly man is that he know who God is. He know who God is. He believe in God. He's a believer. He's an active member in the church. He know exactly what's going on spiritually. Mm-hmm. It's just that it's just sin for him. Period. And he knows that it's sin. These other two men, they don't know that it's sin. They just behaving off of their emotions. But this man, he knows that it's sin, and he keep it secret. See, there's a difference. You could sin and it's just sin to you, and you don't even actually ever think about that it's sin. It's just regular behavior.
Right.
But a person that know that it's sin is a person that's a believer and know that after I do this, I have to pray. I'm praying while I'm doing it. I'm struggling with this. I don't know what to do.
Right.
I don't want to lose my family. I don't want to lose my place in the church. You know, it's just a struggle for him. And he's just, how I see him is he knows that he is a sinner and he's dealing with a sexual demon. Period. Period. He's different from the other two. And what makes him different for me is that he know God. And I think about myself when I think about him when it's things that I struggle with. You know that you're doing certain things wrong, but you really believe God. And you will sit and you'll pray and you'll say, God, I don't know why I'm study doing this.
Right.
This is an issue for me. Help me. It kind of make you think about Peter.
Right.
I hate this thing, but I continue to do it.
Right.
So that's what I think of the godly man.
That was his image. That's the image that he created for himself.
He has to.
That is his image.
Yeah.
He created that image. He lives by that image. And so he's living a double life. All of them living a double life, but it's in a different image.
Yep.
Yeah, and that godly man, he thinks that he's godly. He's trying to keep this title.
So hard.
But yet he's falling at the same time. That's really deep too. At the end of the day, all these men can be cheaters. Now let's get into the chapter 4. We moving today, ain't we? We moving. Okay, the levels of cheating. Hit that. And then I'm gonna list some of these. I want to read a few of these. The levels of cheating.
So when we think about cheating, we just think it's, he he hit somebody and that's it. No, that's not it. It's some women that, and I hate to say it, just get hit, but y'all get what I'm saying. I'm kind of street, so I gotta talk how I hear it.
Well, most of the people that's lost are streets, so we gotta have.
Oh, okay, well,
we gotta have you.
So y'all know what I'm talking about when I say hit.
We all got our people.
So some women may just get hit, but some women ain't just gonna get hit. It's gonna be much more than just sex going on, because a man don't only need sex. That 5 minutes, after 5 minutes up, they talking about something. They doing something. You think they actually having sex for 8 hours? Come on now, let's just really talk about this.
Right.
We grown. Is they having sex for 8-9 hours? If they gonna kick it for a night, you think they just gonna have sex and gonna go home and that's it? They talking about something. There's some other things going on. They talking through the day. Some things is happening that a lot of times don't have nothing to do with sex.
Yeah.
So
this part right here, you said, don't get it twisted. He wants and needs her in some kind of way that he don't need or want you. I'm sorry. Men cheat on their level. I think we talked about this a little bit this morning too. That you cheat on your level. Break that down a little bit.
So this so funny because when we found out our guy cheating, our husband, boyfriend, whoever it may be, and then we go and we look at the other woman. We got to find out where she live at, who she live with. These are the things that don't make sense, but this is what we do. We find out he cheating. We gonna go wanna know who she live. Where you meet her at? Listen, where you meet her? What difference does it make?
Right.
Where you meet her at? What she drive? Where she work at? Then you figure out how she look. She look how she look. She ugly. She fat. She don't work. She live with her mother.
Right.
And it does not make a difference. But when I say he cheat on his level, if your man, your husband, go and he mess around with a woman that live with her auntie or live with her mother, that's the level that he on. He need her to need him. He not finna talk to a woman that got it all going on.
Mm-hmm.
She not gonna look at him and need him for anything.
Mm-hmm.
But a woman that's beneath him or under him, that's actually where he need to be. Or let's say if he's financially cool, he actually may go mess with a woman that's a little different from his woman or his wife. His wife might not work. She may not do anything. She may just take care of the household and do her role. But he want a woman that's a little bit stronger than the woman that he have at home. So now he's going to cheat on that level above who his wife is, above who his woman is.
Right.
So men usually cheat where they're comfortable at. They can't cheat with somebody that's better than them. They can't cheat with somebody that's under them, depending on who they are as a person.
Right. I think I put it on my page today. I said, why do some women attract men with poor abilities or whatever. Why do we attract these men who don't get what we supposed to want? That's the type of post I had put on there. And that kind of make a lot of sense if you think about that. I mean, because if a woman, let's say, like we talked about the different type of men, and we had talked about the godly woman, not a godly man. A true woman, a guy, won't even be that one. He couldn't even get her.
No.
You can only get somebody who's weak. You can only get somebody who's enticed by what he is saying or giving or initiating to her. If you're not enticed by stupidity, you couldn't even be one. It won't even work. So that's like something to think about.
People don't even understand. To be a side chick, you went through a lot of training.
You go through a lot of training.
You went through training to figure out is you fit. Everybody ain't fit to be a side chick.
No, everybody
not. So, for instance, we have grown in so many areas. We're not. Me, I'm gonna say me.
Right.
I am not a side chick anymore for whatever reason. I'm not. So I'm not qualified no more.
Right.
4 or 5 years ago, I was qualified. You have to be a certain type of way to be a side chick.
Yeah.
You going to train. Is she gonna call? Is she gonna pop up? Is she gonna come over? It's a lot of things that he got to figure out. Is she gonna give me 20?
Yeah.
If she ain't give me 20, I can't really rock.
Is she gonna ask a lot of questions?
Yeah.
Is she gonna make me prove myself?
Yeah,
Is she going to investigate me? Is she gonna ask me, do I go to church? Do I read the Bible? Are my kids there? Do I pay child support? What is she going to ask? What's she gonna probe me about? And a lot of time, women is not probing these men.
No,
we're not asking all these type of questions. So to be a side chick, you gotta be the one. It's a certain one.
You actually won. You won a title. That's
yeah.
I posted that one day about a title, and people was at a title. Yeah, that's a title. You won the role of being a side chick. You actually mean something to him. You actually was qualified.
Yeah,
he put you through a basic training, and you made it. You made the pick.
Right. That's really good, because if you sit there and can figure out how you got qualified to be one, boy, you're gonna come up. You're gonna be healed.
That's crazy.
If you can find out how he got in your mind, in your life, in your bed,
oh my
you
God,
are going to be healed. If you can figure that thing out, like, what did I do? What did I say? What did I allow? What did I believe that I shouldn't have?
That's how I got healed.
Yes.
I had to look at me.
Like, why you pick me?
Did I do that? Did I say that?
Yeah.
No. No. No.
Okay, so let's go right here. So these are a list of different ways or reasons or places that a man can cheat. This is just a few, because it's really just all the time, anytime. That's pretty much what it is. The levels to cheating. He can cheat when you leave out for work. That happens a lot. When you leave out for work, while you're asleep, while you're watching TV, before he comes home from work, when he drops you off at school or work, while he's on the toilet taking a dump, when he's playing his video games. Side chicks play games and have accounts. On his break, while he's standing outside, y'all home smoking, while you at church. Now, the while you at church was a little deep. I had got offended. Because I'm like, why he at church?
That's the same thing.
He's sick, his stomach hurt.
That's the same thing. When the last one, when I had typed it, I was
like,
wow, that's deep, because she went to church. The wife or the girlfriend went to church. And how many times us as women, as people in general, us all on this live, how many times have you saw a woman in church and her husband wasn't there?
Yeah.
You see a lot of women in church without their husband. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Not saying he cheating, but I'm just saying, what do he do when she is at church?
Right. So basically, the bottom line is, he will continue this behavior, do this behavior, initiate this behavior, or respond to this type of behavior when you're not looking. And you don't even got to be physically gone. That's what I like about it. You went to the deep points of you and your man in the bed. You can't see each other's phone, and it can be happening right then. That's how deep it is, because it's a don't care.
The one that's really the one that really stands out to me is that and I talk about this in the 6th chapter. A lot of times, if you done dealt with a cheater and he changed his behavior, he don't go outside no more.
Yeah.
He if you do go outside, he come in early. He doing all these different things to make you believe that he's not a cheater no more.
Right.
But he got this video game. He's sitting. He play all day. You even back video games so that he can play games. What y'all don't get is that women play games too.
Yes.
It's the same way he set up his account for Madden. They be playing Madden. I don't even know what they play now, but the games that men play, it's certain women that got to pick that done bought a video game just to talk to him through these video games.
Yeah.
And that's how they spend time with each other on a regular. That's how she gets on his level. And really, to be honest, he may have not even been into playing games at first. Mm-hmm. But because she played games, now he play games, and they play them together, and that's how they spend time with each other. There's a lot of things you got to pay attention to.
Yeah, I agree. I like this part right here. Keep in mind, all women bring something different out of a man. I don't care if she's fat, ugly, homeless, rich, famous, or bald-headed. Not bald-headed.
Bald-headed.
You silly. Women have an influence on a man's behavior. Women have the ability to influence, to do right or to do wrong. We know that back from the Garden of Eden. Women have influence. We have influence. We got power. And we got the best body in the world. And I know I want to talk about this a little bit because I'm telling you, some of our women, or some of the women I know I've talked to, they would think that because this woman don't look the way she pictured her to look, that he would never ever be with that woman. But like you said many times in this book, a lot of times it has nothing to do with sex. What if she just listened to his sermon? I mean, seriously. What if she just liked football like he liked football? What if she's just a good listener? So that kind of caught my attention because we had this look of what we think.
I don't know where, but I forget. But I know in the book I talked about why men cheat, and I said for error.
But you did
for error. Sometimes men cheat just because the other woman, she's his piece.
Yeah.
And everybody like, let me be his piece. I hate to say it that way, but some women they are quiet. They listen. And the woman in the house sometimes don't listen, especially if she's dealing with a man that can't take care of himself. She's not listening to him.
Right.
She's not listening to him at all. But the woman on the side, she will listen. She will be his error. She actually will buy him something to eat. While the woman in the house, she won't buy him nothing because you don't work, you don't eat.
Right.
But the one on the side, she will buy him something. So it's
so that main woman cannot even imagine what that side chick will look like.
Never.
You can't even imagine it.
And you know what when you just read that, what stuck out to me was that a woman have the ability to help a man do good or bad. And when I think about that, I had to think about myself when I was writing. That's why I said this book, it really was ministered to me writing it and listening to it again. A woman have the ability to influence a man to do good or bad. So if you dealing with a cheating man and you continuously stand with him, you helping him do wrong.
Yeah.
And when you figure out that you have the ability to change that, then you can either make him do right by your behavior. You actually can't make him do nothing, but when you put your foot down and say, look, I'm not accepting certain stuff or certain things, it's either we gonna be like this or we gonna be like this. He gotta move around. Right. So a lot of times when a woman find out who she is as a woman, who she is in God, that can change every situation. But instead, a lot of times we sit and we be on the bad side.
Yeah.
We don't be helping them do good. We be helping them do bad. Yeah. A lot of times. Staying with them sometimes is helping them do bad.
Right. We got a big influence. I really want to do a show about talking about influence and the power of a woman.
Ooh, that would be deep.
And yeah, it's really,
that would
really
be deep. That would be really deep.
Because I think women don't understand. I know a lot of women talk about men taking advantage of women. You hear that so much, and they being a dog and an F-boy and all this other stuff that they say about these men. But at the same time, the woman don't have to say yes. That is her power. She don't even got to say no.
Wow.
She don't have to say yes. That's the main thing. She can walk away, turn away, don't respond. She has so much power, and I don't think that we get how much power we have.
We don't. We actually don't.
No,
it took me years. It took me a lot of years to realize how much power I had. And not really even saying power. Let's just take away the relationship. How much power I had over my life. I think in chapter 6 I talk about that. How when you figure out who you are, what you want, and what you're not gonna accept, conversations change. Yeah. It's changed. You no longer trying to compromise with the sin no more.
Right.
It's you know what it is already. So when a woman find out who she is, because sometimes we use the word power, people be thinking you trying to control or finesse them or something. And that's not.
It depends on who power you tapping into. I'm talking about some Holy Spirit power.
So you always gotta kind of say that. But when you figure out how much power you have over you, and your righteous power trickle downs on other people, and they have to behave a certain type of way when you being righteous. Yeah, they has to. There's no other way.
We just talked about that too.
We did.
We want the church's chicken.
Oh,
we talked about that.
All
we talked about that.
Coming
I said keep on doing right, and right got to come to you.
It got to. There's no other way.
You do it wrong, you're gonna get back some flack. It's not gonna work out. It's gonna be friction, conflict. It's not going to work.
Right.
But when you're doing righteous, if you truly believe that God's word does not come back void, that's the thing you're gonna do. Why? It won't make no sense to do your own thing. You ain't even got to create nothing, sing a song. You got to do none of that.
You said sing a song?
Because you know, we get a song and believe these songs and use that song lyric towards that man. And what we get?
Right.
Nothing. It don't come back right to us. But when you do it the right way, yeah, it's coming back. Okay, I got to talk about these serial cheaters.
Oh, I just looked at that.
You did?
Yeah, just pop right
Did you want to hear something else? Because I'm like, right.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Serial cheaters can't be stopped by them not going out as much, changing phone numbers, answering phone more in talks. All those things only makes the woman feel better about what has happened. He needs assistance and deep healing. He needs therapy, counseling, and medication. I agree.
I'm serious.
Medication to help him. To be honest, all cheaters need help. And the only way this kind of person will stop is if they first address their personal issues, desires to change, repent, and allow God to help them. All right. Serial cheaters. Who are they? They're different than a regular cheater.
I talked about this in one of my YouTube videos.
Okay.
This was deep. A serial cheater. I wish I could grab that, but I don't see it. So, a serial cheater, this is deep. This is a different this is on a different level. This is not a regular man that wake up and may cheat one day. This is a man that has every intent on cheating every day for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And I really mean the rest of his life. He's the type of man that he got a couple of side chicks that he been dealing with for a while. And along the way of having all of these different side chicks, he have a woman or wife as well, and then he go and he recruit other women. It's like a gang. It's a gang with women on the side. So when he cheat, you think of a serial cheater, a serial anything. You think of somebody doing something and having a trophy for what they're doing when you say cheat serial. But I see him as when he cheat. If he meets somebody, she may not get the pick. He has to send her through training. And when he send her through training, if she don't work, he hit her and that's it. She got to go. But if she make the pick, she is the one that she comes along the side to the team, and she not the one. They said he got a wife and two side chicks. That third woman that he messing with,
right? She's
just gonna be on the side women. The wife and the two other women is acting up. Then he gonna mess with her, but she knows that she's on the side.
Yeah.
So a serial cheater would never stop. He is recruiting on a day-to-day basis more and more women. Mm-hmm. 1 or 2 or 3 women is not enough for him.
Right.
He has to have multiple women, and they all serve different purposes in his life. It's so many different.
He is sold out.
He's gonna cheat for the rest of his life.
He's sold out.
It's no other way for him. He's
out the closet.
He has to cheat for the rest of his life. He's a mass manipulator. He needs women to help him live.
Yeah.
That's how I see him.
Right. You know, we talk about him too.
He can't be put down. He definitely need medication.
Oh, you made me feel like he needed one of them shots that they get on bears.
He has an addiction. See, he has a different. Like when you think of a cheater, we see people that cheat like they're the most horrible person in the world. But all you looking at is a hurt person.
He's sick.
A hurt person that's hurt and they hurt other people. But when you look at a serial cheater, it's more deep.
Yeah,
it's deep. He actually needs to be put away, counseled, ministered to. He needs to write an essay to tell what he's been thinking. He needs to go into a detox.
Because he confessed himself.
Yes.
He said yes.
Yes, for the rest of his life.
This is different from the man who's going on both sides of the fence, back and forth, backslide. This is not that.
He don't even feel bad for cheating no more.
No.
He don't even say that. He don't think that he cheat. He don't think that he cheat. That's why it's so bad.
It's not about feelings. It's not about love. It's not about passion.
No.
It's not about. He's just a soul snatcher. He just take it.
That's exactly who he is.
But you know what he don't know?
What?
He's filled with all those spirits inside of him.
That's the part
that's demonic. You gone.
That's why I did Soul Time.
I'm going to hear your book.
No, you actually speaking it. This is what I was thinking when I was
making there.
Yeah, when I was writing the book, each chapter. Because how I did was I wrote down words.
Yeah.
And after I wrote down those words, I put lines. This is how I outline in my head.
Right.
Y'all just bear with me. So I wrote down some titles, and then I put lines back, and I talked about all the things I wanted to talk about.
Right.
And after I got to talking about the serial cheater and all these men and all this stuff, all I thought about was soul ties. You dealing with all these people cheating and all these different spirits and all these different things, and a lot of times you wonder why you got an attitude, why you ain't feeling good, why your head hurt. It's some soul ties, those different spirits in you. So I had to do soul ties.
It weakens the flesh. It weakens the flesh.
Yeah.
Definitely weakens the flesh. But you know what? I think that issue, that type of sin, that type of demonic, I mean, he just so far gone. It's just, he out the closet. It's his lifestyle. He just another level. And I think we downplay that a lot.
Who's we?
Whoever they are. You know when you say they?
Who really downplayed it is his wife, his main woman.
Yeah.
She know that she is dealing with a person that has no intent to change. She know that. She can feel it.
And she knows that he's out there hurting women.
She knows it.
She knows it.
And she does nothing about it. She feels
That's
powerless.
like Lifetime movie, Sleeping with the Enemy. You sleeping with a spiritual murderer.
That's horrible.
And that's only a pinch.
You know what I just thought of when I just said, when you think of a serial cheater, you think of a serial anything, they come back with trophies of them, what they did.
Yeah.
This person, actually, he come back with shoes
Yeah.
that she didn't buy. He don't have a job, saving them. He come back with shoes, he come back with clothes,
Yeah.
he come back with money, he come back with cars, he come back with all these material things that he done got from all these women.
Sometimes he just come back and treat her even better.
Oh, that's even worse.
Cause they'll come back and treat her even better. Even better.
Get this one right here, whole relationships. I think this is the
Let
one
me go back
that's
to
the
they,
most important.
and then I'm ready.
They, who they is?
I gotta go back to they.
Who is they?
I think they downplay this illness with this sexual addiction. Because if it was a pedophile or anything else, a drug addiction, heroin, you know. But this right here, I don't think we look at that. We sometimes call it cute, like he love girls. Girls be all over him. Even sometimes I hear mothers doing it. All the girls gonna love him. I even have said that before about my grandson. I will not speak that no more. He gonna have him a beautiful wife.
You know, it's really, really bad because I remember one time I was with this particular guy years ago, and we was in the car and his phone rang, and he was talking on the phone, and he told the guy on the phone, he said, "I'm with one of my chicks." Do you know I didn't say nothing? Didn't say nothing. He said he was with one of his chicks, not with his girl at the crib, not me, the main side chick. One of my chicks. He had multiple. So that means people know about this. And they as you said,
can somebody inbox me that I want to talk about sexual addiction, and I want to talk about men with low self-esteem, and I want to talk about the power of a woman, and so I don't forget. Okay, inbox me. All right, I'm back.
Yeah, that's just
because I don't forget thoughts. Let's talk about thoughts real quick.
Thoughts.
The thought is usually a kind of woman that sleep around with everybody. She has no preference, and she is very friendly. Sex drive. Thoughts really don't have a position. Okay. They're the go-to woman when all the women of his choice are busy. Let's talk about thoughts.
Thoughts don't get talked about much.
You can't even contain them.
The thoughts is kind of on a different type of level, you know. You know, for those of y'all that don't know what a thought is that hoe over there. That's what the thought is.
Wow.
She really don't get talked about much because she actually has a title, so she really does mean something, but she really don't mean nothing. She is the one that just screwing everybody. She really don't care. Yeah. She does not have a preference. She really don't want anything. She don't really care if she have sex or not. If she do it, she do it. If she don't, she don't.
She's a carrier.
Something. Like, she just really she's one of them girls that just women or girls that just hang around and sleep with everybody just for no reason because it makes her feel better.
Right.
She don't care about calling him. She don't care about going out and none of that.
Yeah.
If she see him, she might just hit him just for no reason. Girl, it just makes her feel better.
It is amazing with all these titles. Lord have mercy. Whole relationships. Women seem to think that these men don't have a whole relationship with these other women, and it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm tired. I ain't tired, but I keep trying to make some of these women understand that these men are having whole relationships outside of their relationship. If they relational continuously, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically, that is a relationship. It is just that simple. I'm sorry that it hurts.
Read all this.
Okay, I'm trying.
This is good stuff.
Okay, they go on dinner. They go on dates, dinner, movies, read Bible scriptures, take a trip, watching TV shows, eat like a family, will go to family gatherings, doctor's appointments. They spend lots of time together. I'm sure women don't believe this, but he spends money on her, buy gifts, and helps with her bills. He's even involved with her children and grandchildren. The grandchildren too.
Yeah, them is grandkids.
That's Uncle Red.
Always do.
All right. Much more happening than sex. Sorry. Some side chicks even have his social security number, joint bank accounts, and insurance policies together. You will be surprised. I know that for sure.
I do too.
You will be surprised by what he and his longtime side chick are doing together. He hides from other women. He hides other women from the side chick just like he does the woman. He cares about her and don't want her to feel some kind of way, so he lied to her too. He has to answer to her about things just like he would his woman. You know, this relationship right here, a lot of the older women be having this type of relationship too. Young ones probably can carry it out, but you know, you got to be a secret keeper for this type of relationship.
Yeah, definitely a secret keeper.
Yeah,
that's deep.
Yeah, you got to be a secret
But you
keeper.
know, a wife or a main girlfriend would never believe that.
No,
They never
believe that.
Social security number,
No.
date, gift. He don't got no job. Never believe it.
Yeah,
never.
But when he stopped trusting the main woman and stopped trusting his wife, main woman wife, then that makes sense to me. That he's already trying to build up another woman that he can trust, because this one is fading out.
Yeah, it's about to be
Yeah,
over.
it's fading out. Well, whatever. All right, these men got lots of power, baby, if you let them. Let's talk about these soul ties. We did jump ahead of ourselves. Definitely did that. Okay, so tell them a little bit about these soul ties, and then we're going to mind your business, and we about to answer any of y'all questions. So make sure you put your questions on here. Not no comment. Put a question.
When I think about soul ties, it just is what it is when you think of a soul ties. Like, these men be having so many different women. You only concerned about the side chick, but you're not thinking about the other women that he deal with on regular. So it's like all these different spirits is being transferred, and a lot of us don't want to believe it. We don't never want to talk about the godly part of anything. Some of us, but it actually is a lot of things going on spiritually that we are not aware of. You got all these different spirits inside of you going on from having sex, and you wondering why your head hurting on the regular.
Yeah. You
wondering why you got attitudes while you at work. You wonder why you just don't feel like cooking. Mm-hmm. The smallest things you don't understand.
Or can't keep money.
You don't understand why these things is going on in your life. It's because of those soul ties that you connected to. And sometimes you have take away the cheating in a relationship. Sometimes you have soul ties with family members.
Yeah.
You have soul ties.
Who is my friend? I was just I'm on live.
You have soul ties with family members. You have soul ties with dead people. You have soul ties with the side chicks. We have so many different soul ties that we deal with that can be a hindrance to our life. So, you know, the soul ties is really deep. And you could do a whole show on soul ties.
Inbox me that one too so I can remember.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead.
That was good.
That was good. You like it?
Because I was thinking that already.
Really?
Yes.
That's what's up.
I have soul ties that's connected to certain things that happened like when I was a child.
Wow.
And it's some, you know, a lot of times people think it's physical and it's sex and it's this and that, but it also could be trauma. And then we wondering how these titles come for these women, the one that don't care, the one that want them, because those are the deeply bad, hurtful things that we went through, and you can be tied to that trauma. And then you become one of them if you don't get healed.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
I felt
that was deep. You felt that.
That's me right there. This is real.
Yes.
This is totally real.
I like I like the soul ties because it gives you a different look at you take that this when you're dealing with the soul ties, you're taking away the cheating, you're taking away from the man, you're taking away from all that, and it allows you to look at yourself and what you allowing in your atmosphere. So that's a really deep one. You probably should read the bottom. That's right.
I should read the bottom? Yeah. I will read it.
Yeah, you probably should read that.
Start putting y'all questions.
So we can understand really what a soul ties is.
All right. Soul ties are a connection between two people who have been physically intimate with each other or who have intensely, emotionally, or association or relationship. It's very hard, and we know why it's hard. It's very hard to break soul ties without the help of God or someone who has experienced this and got the healing that was needed. Want me to keep going?
That's enough.
You want me to start right there?
That's just enough.
Yes.
After you say God and healing, yes.
That's it.
You need no more after that.
Because spiritual things take spiritual things to break.
Yes.
Yeah, and people out here trying to feed themselves spiritually with fleshly things, and they keep making this big cluster, and it's getting bigger and bigger instead of crashing it. You can't crash it. You cannot heal the spirit with physical things. Okay, I just went into star mode. I got to stop, girl. I just got to stop. I just got to stop. This is good.
You can read this one right here.
I can read that one.
Read that one.
I think you in charge now. I will read this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because you prick my soul.
That's cute.
I love me a healing.
We do it to each other all the time.
I love me a healing. See, that's what I need in my life. I need women who can say something real slick and hit me. Because I don't do this for nothing. I don't do life for nothing. And that's what's happening in this book. They waking up doing life for nothing.
Right.
They waking up not doing life for something more than themselves. They not thinking about other people. You're not even thinking about the kids.
Mm-mm.
We don't care like we used to care. Women don't care about each other. I don't even know if you can say used to. Let's just say we need to care more. Because if you care more, you love more. Mm-hmm. Some of this stuff you just can't even do no more. You will break it. You would definitely break. Okay, what you want me to read? In a lot of cases, they may need to start reading self-help books, getting around other positive men, finding someone they can trust to share their sin with that won't judge but cover them in prayer, cutting off past relationships, stop watching pornography, try to replace those sexual images, and fast. Now, who you talking to?
Talking good stuff.
Who you talking to?
Talking to the
Because you know.
They need to do this.
You know the majority of the people who say they not cheating no more live the next day like yesterday.
No, we gonna get some healing. That's what we finna get healing now. That's what we finna do.
Now you know, when they cheat, get caught, get exposed, the woman and the man live life the next day like yesterday.
He changed his phone number. He don't go outside sometimes. He cooking, he cleaning, he doing the best that he can do.
So you saying that you have to fast and pray?
You gonna have to fast. How else? It's the only way.
No, sometimes we fool ourselves to believe that we can still go to that party.
No,
and I'm just saying the word party.
We gotta cut some people off.
We gotta cut everything off.
You got to disconnect from a lot of things. You gotta actually rebuild a whole new life if you want to change.
You know, that's a lot of sacrifice. People not sacrificing like that.
But we gonna start though.
You got to sacrifice to do this. To cut that off. You it's like you biting your own hand so you just won't touch
it's
the
gonna
card.
hurt. It's gonna hurt too.
I've talked to I've counseled women this week that actually said something like this to me. I got this guy that won't leave me alone. I'm like, who he is? He's a criminal? I'm like, did you get a restraining order? She laughed. I said it on purpose. She was like, no, you're so silly. I was like, so what you trying to tell me? He just keep popping up in my inbox and you making a fool out of yourself.
They like that.
They like that.
They like that type of attention.
That's not true. You can never say there's someone I can't get rid of. No, it's someone you won't remove yourself from. Because I know how it feels too. Because you get to a point where you kind of get off on them still wanting you. Because you know
it makes you feel good.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
It makes you feel good.
Like he supposed to be on with his life and he still hitting me.
Now he already know. I ain't know that.
And then you just stay with your soul tie. But if you seriously want to cut off past relationships, the word is stop.
That's what I talked about today on my live. You see how we be connected? You said stop. I said on my live, I was like, stop the word.
Stop.
Just stop. Just stop. Stop what? Just stop everything.
Stop everything.
Just stop everything.
You got it all wrong. Just stop everything.
Just stop everything.
Wow, that's a sacrifice.
Just stop.
I did it. And it hurts.
Yeah, it hurt bad. It's like losing your identity that you created, not the identity God created for you. You actually lose. When I told you this today or yesterday, I said, I am hurting. I said, you hurting me. Leave me alone. I said, you're hurting me. I'm hurting. And what I've been by, I'm hurting is because I am becoming a new person, because I'm sacrificing and I'm leaving things that I know I shouldn't touch. And it hurt. It hurt like hell.
Yeah.
That's why I say, when I said this morning on my messenger, I said, I done been through some things. If y'all need to call me, like call people that you know that are strong.
Yeah.
You go through stuff, but you have to die yourself so that God can use you.
Yeah.
So you got to hurt. Without hurt, how you gonna get to where you want to go if you don't hurt?
Yeah.
You got to hurt.
It's only hurting because your mind and your flesh still want it.
Yeah.
You're really fighting against your own self. And just imagine, if you think about your spirit ain't even flowing through your whole body no more. It's already decreased down to this little. So you got to get yourself together and cut yourself away from all that fleshly stuff so your spirit can get back in your body and feel its way through your whole body.
Fighting yourself.
It's fighting yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah,
I think it's worth it. I really do. I don't know. I think it's worth it. I'm telling y'all.
Oh, no, you know. You know.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's a lot of work to get there. You really fighting yourself. You kicking and screaming. But it is so worth it. And your life is so much lighter. Oh my God. I can think better. I can hear. Girl, I'm talking about myself. Man your business. This is what I had to do. Let's talk about it.
Your business.
You got this one. This is the last chapter because I'm completely done. You're not going to get me in here crying.
No, you got to do this.
I say I'm done.
You the host, baby. You got to do this.
I want you to get this.
I wasn't prepared. I thought you was doing
it. God.
I thought you was doing
I want to listen to you.
No, I wasn't ready. I was just asking questions. This is the most important part.
This is the most important
part of the book. This is the most important part. This is why y'all have to buy this book. Yeah. Because you thinking, stop hating side chicks and mind your business. How do they come together? You have to mind the business that God gave you, yours first. And in this chapter, I explain why it's so important to look at yourself and not him or the side chick. This is the best. This is the best chapter. Because y'all ain't gonna like me after this one.
Well, you know what? I know a book like this.
The Bible?
The Bible.
The Bible.
That book started off kicking and screaming, falling and temptation and curses and all this stuff happens in this book. But when you get to the end,
oh, it be so good. Huh?
When you get to the end, it's gonna be all right. That's the best meat. All right. Mind Your Business, Chapter 6. Make sure y'all buy this book. Make sure y'all join this workshop we are about to do. It's about to be hidden. And it's going to be very, very private, so you get to be more relaxed.
I can't even tell you which part is a good part, because I like the whole thing.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, it's just, we're going to flow off of it, because this is the best chapter. Like, we're going to have to take time on the workshop with 6, because the reason why you should stop hate, the reason why we as a people should stop hating side chicks, because there's so many things that God wants us to be doing with our life, to shine lights on that man, that side chick, the people that's entertaining that. Us as women, us as people, we have to stop doing other things so that God can use us. So if you mind your own business, God can use you.
Okay, you gotta be quiet. You talking to me.
You know, I just be going off.
This is the part of the book that's going to make a lot of you guys not like me anymore. But I'm sure once you get that conviction, you'll be just fine. You need to really get your selfish self together. If you are reading this book, 85% of you are experiencing something that has to do with a side chick. It's time to separate people from sin. If you are a wife and you know about the side chicks or a main chick, you should be ashamed of yourself. How could you sit and watch him sin against God and do nothing? You can't make him change, but you can remove yourself from the situation and pray for his deliverance. You know what he is doing is wrong and that it is a sin against God, and you allow it because he make you feel good, take care of you. You're more concerned about what he's doing with the side chick, but not concerned about that man's soul. Girl, it's so important we separate people from their sins. How could you watch someone you love destroy themselves? This makes me feel like most women really don't love their man and really don't care if they go to heaven or hell. He's grown. You can't make him do anything. But what you can do is not let him do whatever he wants to do while he's with you. Sometimes separating yourself from the relationship helps him see what you can't get him to see. The problem with many women is that they want their husband, man, to be better for them and not better to please God. It's a selfish and manipulative. The sad part about this is some women don't even know there's purpose and only desire is to please their flesh, but judge the other woman for doing the very same thing she did. How can you direct a man to do what you want better out of life and you're not wanting to do better for yourself and thirsting after God's order, but instead you allow foolishness? Most of the time we don't listen to our men or the side chicks. We hear what we want to hear and ignore the things we know will hurt deep. If you listen to him and her, they're honestly saying something without using the same words. Listen with your mind and not your heart. This will help you decide what kind of life you want to live. When you see him living his best life while hurting you in the process. If you ever been cheated on or went to talk to your friends and family about it, I'm sure you heard this. He's only going to do what you allow him to do. I got told this so many times and it didn't make sense to me because I wasn't allowing him to do anything. He was doing all on his own. I couldn't understand what they meant until one day I realized I was allowing him to cheat on me by how I responded to what he was doing. Girl, and this is why you'll be writing the next book.
Why? I ain't saying I'm writing the next book.
Let him cheat, please.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, go ahead, hit that. That was really good.
I don't even know where to start at. It's so like
that was good.
Chapter 6 is so deep because us as women, we love our men so much. You know, a lot of times we love them more than we love ourselves. And we sit, and it's so easy for us to go and tell the next person, the girl, he cheating, or he doing this, and he doing that, and he doing this, and he doing that. But we're really not looking at really the deep part, the deep thing about it. This man he's sinning, he's lost. You're not looking at him like a lost person. Depending on who you are as a person, you may not even know you lost. So that's another thing we might have to talk about another day. But for those that know that it's sin, it's wrong, and you allowing this, you don't really. Is you thinking about him going to hell, heaven or hell? Do you actually care that him manipulating another woman and mistreating you can be hindering his life, his purpose here on earth? And you sit and you allow it. How could you sit and watch that person destroy themselves and somebody else? What type of person does that? And for me, to get to chapter 6, I had to go through this whole book, writing my life story through a book, in a sense. And I got to chapter 6, and when I had my own business, and I realized it was some things about me that God wanted to use me. He wanted to use me in a way that God wanted to use all of us like this, to where when a person is talking, you see God, you see holiness, you see righteousness. And when you can get away from all this other crap and know I have an assignment and I have something to do, you mind your own business. And you let them do whatever they want to do. And then when they want to come back and try to be with you or be bothered with you, they have to behave a certain type of way. That's what I mean when I say let them cheat in peace. But y'all gotta write about this book, because I talked about some other stuff in here. But when I say that this chapter 6 is for a woman to find out what type of life you want to live. Do you want to continue to focus? Do you want to continue to hate a side chick? When you see this post, stop hating side chicks, and you actually ask the question, why I gotta like her? She don't mean nothing. Ain't no title. She don't mean nothing. But if you can't say nothing positive about seeing a book like this, you need healing. So you need to buy the book.
You gotta love God more than a man.
Did I say that in there?
I'm sure you did. I also want to let y'all know too, on the real. I mean, I'm so choked up right now. I got Angela here with a question. Angel. I called her Angela. Angel. What a question, but at the end of every chapter, there are scriptures here that goes with the things that she spoke about in the chapter. There's reflections at the end of the book. There's also a prayer at the back of the book too. Any other things I'm missing in the book that they should know about?
No, that's pretty much
just it. Get it.
Those are the and the reason why I put scriptures, and I actually put this in the book. I said this in the book. If y'all don't read it, but I'm gonna tell y'all. A lot of times when a person hears something spiritual, they don't want to hear it.
Right.
You know, if I would have said this book saying stop hating side chicks, it actually got attention because it said stop hating side chicks. Right. But my 31-day devotional, it didn't start getting hot and heated until I actually started to promote it and put my hands on it, because I didn't at first. Mm-hmm. But that wasn't moving though. It wasn't moving because people don't want to hear positive stuff. But when you go and get married, you need a preacher, pastor, you need somebody that's ordained or somebody that has the papers and knows something about God. When you get married, when somebody died, you need a minister, somebody to do the funeral. We need God, you know. Mm-hmm. When something going on in your life, you always pray. So why come you can't need God when you're dealing with a side chick, or when you're dealing with a cheater, or when you're dealing with unforgiveness? Because a lot of the hate from this word is unforgiveness. When you're dealing with that, why come we don't want to do God? So for me, I had to put scripture on my thoughts, because who am I? I'm not nobody, but God gave me a spirit of discernment. So I put scriptures in it because it was so important to me to let people know why I felt how I felt about mind your own business. Let him cheat in peace. Mind your business. Let him cheat in peace. And I said it twice because it's important for you to mind your business. So I got scriptures. I ain't put a whole lot of them because I didn't want to bore y'all. But I did the important things. I put the scriptures for facts.
Yeah,
my facts was,
it's the facts.
It was the facts. I had to put those.
Definitely.
So.
Okay, so the first question we have here is, what do you suggest the wife to do since you say she's allowed it? I didn't say that. What do you suggest the wife to do since you say she's allowing it? Well, I'll just put it like this. If there is a scenario where the wife knows that her husband is cheating, what do you suggest her to do? I think that's pretty much what she said.
So first thing I'm gonna say is she is allowing it. Let's get that out first.
Yeah.
The reason why I feel
she knows.
The reason why I say I feel I'm looking over here.
Oh.
the reason why I say that she allows it, because if you know that your husband, your partner, has been unfaithful and you are still with him and you kind of think he's still doing this, you is allowing it because you have not set no ground rules, no boundaries. It has not been counseled, whatever the case may be. It is still going on. So what I suggest that you do is what I would do in the situation, because I can't tell nobody what to do, but I'm gonna say what I do. What I would say, if somebody come to me and ask me that question, like I had to counsel somebody, I say first thing I do is I'm gonna pray first for my own self, because God's still working on me. That's right. He's still working on me, so I got bad mouth. So I'm gonna pray for myself first. And then we're going to have to, we need some counseling. And we might need to separate for a while. And he needs to repent. He needs to repent and turn from what he's doing. And he has to have a heart to want to do it. I wouldn't convince him to repent. I wouldn't convince him to want to change. I wouldn't convince him. Because we convince men to say certain stuff. So I wouldn't convince him to do anything. I would watch his behavior, and depending on how he responds to what I say I need from him to continue the relationship, that's what I do. That's just what I do. But I wouldn't stay in a relationship without repentance, and without some type of boundary set. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, you know, I love when wives ask me this question, because it's like when I'm talking to Christian wives who know scripture, either or, they talk a lot of scripture when they telling me. No, you do. Y'all think I'm lying? I'm not making this up. I wouldn't play like that. But these wives be talking a lot of scripture, trying to tell. I've been looking here all this time, trying to tell me, God said this and God said this and marriage is forever. They'll say all these scriptures to me in the beginning as they telling me about the husband cheating, and then at the end they seem to forget the scripture of you can't divorce. That's sin. They seem to forget that you have the option to leave. But we already know, most times, when a wife knows that her husband is cheating and she's asking for help and suggestions and advice, that's most likely the woman that really want to know how to stay. And sometimes that woman stays, just like that woman you talked about, and be bitter for the rest of life. And then sometimes you got to do exactly what you said. You got to expose that sin. You got to call that thing what it is. He got to be able to confess it and say it. And he got to desire to repent. And we talk about that. You talk about that at the end of the book when you talk about that soul tie. Mm-hmm. You got to stop. He has to stop. And that's just if you choose to be with him, because you might not want to reconcile with him. You got the choice. It's up to you. Sin has been committed. So if you choose to reconcile, you got to call that sin out. And you got to confess that thing. And you got to start getting that counseling. You got to start fasting and prayer. And he got to change his entire life. He has to be a changed man. He has to go back to God and get cleansed again, washed again. He got to start all over. You cannot take a cheater back and go to sleep and wake up and go to work. You have to be with a changed man. You have to, and it's just that simple. I hope I'm making sense.
I heard her say you so many times.
Yes,
a lot of times when we find out they cheating, we look at them for answers.
Yes.
We look at them to they gonna figure it out of what they need to do to make it right.
Yeah.
No, he a cheater.
He a cheater.
How can he tell you anything? You have to say what you demand. You demand your respect. And you demand whatever it is that you need.
Yeah.
And you watch him.
Yeah.
You watch them. You can't. What we do as women, we convince them to want to be right. We can't keep convincing these men to want to be right. They got to look at like, you know what? I done hurt her.
Yeah.
I done hurt her. I'm hurting myself. I have hurt God.
Yeah.
I want to be better for me as a man first.
He should be doing the work.
And then you, not pleasing you and making you happy. What about him and God?
Yeah.
And that's why I said a lot of times women want their men and their husbands to be better for them and not God. That's I did it for many years.
Yeah, because sometimes that woman want him to stop it, go to bed, and make that house look like it always looked. Let's keep this image. We cannot break
especially
this image.
Church.
Especially if you're in church. Especially if you got any type of title and status. It don't even matter. That sometimes that wife just want to keep it private, and you want to suffocate that sin and that desire and that thing, and he end up turning into a serial cheater with the same woman sometimes, because you got to get it out. And it is okay. I used to always say, go to bed, don't separate. But I am now understanding the importance of separation. Especially if somebody is ill. Especially if somebody has backslid. Especially if somebody needs help. Especially if he got a soul tie, a stronghold. He needs to get help.
He need help. Mm-hmm.
If he was on drugs, you'll send him to a rehab. So sometimes separation is great because you already know y'all coming together. You know what that's all about, right? You bringing them spirits with him. I mean, you really got to think about yourself. And a lot of times when I talk to women and wives, they talking the whole time about and I'm asking you. You keep talking about him. He did what he want to do. Let's put the focus on you. Now, what you want to do. Mm-hmm. But some kind of way this woman feels so responsible for the whole tribe, the whole house, and we talking about everything. Basically, that woman ended up saying to me, I will sacrifice and stay with this cheater for my children, for my home, for the church, for the business, because we got cars, because we got businesses together. I will stay with him. I don't have enough money. This is going to tear their heart apart. I said, oh, okay, so you be the sacrificer then. He sacrificed the home, and now you finna sacrifice your life. Your entire life, your existence for this. We gotta get to a point where we okay with being alone. Mm-hmm. And I know that hurt. And I'm talking about even in the relationship being alone. I have talked to some women who would actually say that their husbands then cuss them out at 9 o'clock in the morning. And you in the bed with him at 9 o'clock at night? Where they do that at? I don't, what? You can get what you want from him by asking for it. And if he doesn't want to give you what you want and he doesn't want to treat you the way you're supposed to be treated, then you got to separate yourself. Some type of action has to happen. Even the Bible says, fasting and prayer, you need answers. You need some answers. So why do I keep being in my full duty with a sinner? He's sinning and he's a sinner. He's doing it right now. So why would I stay in my full duties with him? You stay in your full duties with your husband, not with the man that sacrificed you in your life. No, you got to put some type of action down. And sometimes we find ourselves trying to keep it together more than satisfy God. Think about God. Don't think about yourself. I know it's going to be hard to do. But when you get through acting a fool, like you said, you have to pray first for your mouth. When you get through doing all that, I mean, really think about God. What has happened? My husband has fell short. My man has fell short. My man has fell short to his father, to his God. He has broken the covenant. You got to think about what he's doing solo first. Then you got to think about, this is not my problem. This is not my sin. This is not my wrongdoing. You make sure you separate yourself from his sin. That's not yours. Pray on it, but that's not yours. So it kind of helps you not fall so far down into what he's supposed to be dealing with. Let him mourn, let him grieve, and you stay above that. Because somebody got to be able to get a prayer through in hard times like that. So that's just what I think. Anything you want to say about that? Any more questions before we leave you all today? I can't see nothing else. I can't see anything. Okay, so I don't think there's no other questions on here, unless I need to go back. Okay, Chatrivia, is there any last minute things you want to tell them before we leave today?
Let me think. Okay, yeah. So I have a book dropping next week, next Friday. This is really, really important to me. I've been doing this for the last 14 years. I've been trying to put this thing together. And God finally gave me the okay, and it's coming. I'm putting it all together next Friday. Part 1 to my series, what is the name of it? Undiagnosed Streets. It's coming next week. So I'm very excited about that. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have too much to.
That's everything.
So that's everything. Workshop.
That. Yeah, if anybody would like to be a part of the workshop, it's going to be on Zoom. It will still be on Stop Hating Sidechicks, but it will be deeper. It will be more clarity. It will be more testimonies. We'll be able to answer your questions right there in real time and be able to see each other. And it's free of charge. You don't want to miss this. And it will be backed up with the Word of God. We won't give you no mess. So contact me if you'd like to be a part of that. It is coming around the beginning of August. So we want to get a count of everybody who wants to be in there. And it's very, very private. You will be comfortable. You're going to be fine. If you're looking for a place to be around other women, sisterhood, discussing the Word of God, Christian group, let me know. It's called Woman to Woman. We'd love to have you. Make sure you're a full Bible believer. Because some people say that, and it's like sometimes it's 3/4, so it's 98%. We're looking for 100% believers, so we don't have conflict and we on one accord. We like-minded. Next show will be next week. I got an idea of what I'm coming with, and I hope you guys support me. Please share, please like. We love you. We love you. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. And thank you, Chatrivia. I enjoyed. You pierced my heart. Okay. Bye-bye.